talking about this Kanye Day 2020 vision. It's official. I don't know if it's really official, but I want to talk about it. I know some of you guys want to talk about Ye for president and why 99% of Kanye voters are going to be harmless. Don't you go nowhere. We're going to drop that intro.
I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need the help. Ooh, I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need the help. Ooh, that's right. I don't need nothing else. That's right.
What's going on? It's Ruslan with KingsDreamENT.com. This channel exists to encourage, empower, inspire you to live God's dreams. We've been having some really cool conversations on here as of late, and we're going to talk about this Kanye for president thing. Whew, it's a doozy. We're gonna see what it's all about here in a sec. But if you're watching this live, even if you're watching a replay, give this video a quick thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. That helps a ton. The thumbs up and the where you're watching this from, the comment, the engagement in the chat is helpful. It's helpful a lot. So do that for your guy. I'm curious to see the waters and where everybody's at. And we're going to be talking about it. Kanye for president. He announced it yesterday. On Twitter, which, you know, I think is an interesting place to make that announcement. Let me fix this real quick. Again, if you're watching this live, let me know where you are watching this from. That helps a ton. All right, so this is not acting lit. Let's try this one more time. Boom. Where you guys at? Okay, cool. Hey, Washington, D.C. in the house. Okay, so Kanye for president. I found this really cool graphic. I think it's very patriotic. How telling is it for 4th of July weekend, 4th of July, for Kanye to announce that he is running for president? Now, he's been teasing this for a while. He's been talking about it for a while. And the last time I remember him talking about him, he was on a panel talking about the new Yeezy shoe and bringing jobs back over to America, and he said, when I run for president, and everybody laughed at him, and he got real serious and stopped and was like, what y'all laughing at? You know what I mean? What y'all laughing at? And I thought that was really interesting that he kind of like jabbed back. And then sure enough, a couple weeks later, he is now, well, like a couple months later, he's now apparently officially running for president, or so he says. So I don't know how this is all going to play out. I'm going to share my thoughts here in a second. Again, shout out to all the people watching. You got folks from all over the country. We got folks from Cali to Michigan to New York, currently in New Mexico. Where you're watching this from, give this video a thumbs up. That helps a lot. So look, I put this out yesterday. Well, let me show you guys this tweet first. And Twitter is fairly lit right now, by the way. If you aren't on Twitter, you should be. And if you aren't following me on Twitter, you definitely should be. So, Kanye said, we must now realize the promise of America by trusting God, unifying our vision, and building our future. I am running for president of the United States 2020 vision. 2020 vision. Now, this is what I tweeted. And some of you guys might disagree with me on this, but it's okay. This is what I said. I'm voting for Ye. Can we get Andrew Yang on the ticket? Shout out to the Yang gang. If you don't know who Andrew Yang is, you're asleep. All right, I'm voting for Ye. Can we get Andrew Yang on a ticket? I retweeted that. And then I asked, how is Kanye not the better option between Trump and Biden? That is a legitimate question, okay? People are like, oh, Kanye doesn't have any experience in politics. Neither did Donald Trump, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, Kanye's albums, specifically College Dropout, Late Registration, Kanye's 350s, Kanye's contribution to culture, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is substantially better than anything Donald Trump has ever contributed to culture. My opinion. Then I did a poll. I did a poll, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, if the election was tonight, who would you vote for? And here are the results. We had over 500 people vote. 12% said Trump. 47, I didn't think it was going to be this high. 47% said Kanye. 21% said Biden. 18% said third party. Now, granted, maybe this is skewed because, I'm a rapper and there's probably a lot of fans of rap that follow me. I think it'd be really wild if Kim Kardashian was a first lady. But if she was, this wouldn't be the first time now that a first lady has participated in porn, which is really wild to think about, right? This is nothing new happening here, right? So, why would I vote for Kanye? Now, I last time voted third party. I voted for Gary Johnson from the Libertarian Party. I'm fairly agnostic when it comes to politics. I voted for third party. Now, here's the deal. People are flipping out. They're freaking out. They're saying, oh, Kanye, he's going to steal votes from Biden because that's who black people are going to vote for. As if black people are all going to vote for Biden and all Democrats. That's crazy to me to say that. Like, that's wild, right? So they're saying, oh, Kanye is a distraction. He's going to steal votes from Biden. This is going to help get Trump elected. One, that's very presumptive to assume that, like, white people wouldn't vote for Kanye. I don't know. That just feels weird, right? Like Trump supporters wouldn't vote for Kanye. I don't know. And Trump's doing very bad in the polls. Secondly, I think it's... Some reports have came out that in order to get his name on the ballot in like a handful of important states, he already missed that deadline. He's not going to be in a bunch of different states, which kind of begs the question on like, is this a publicity stunt? Does he have music coming out? We know he just dropped a single. Does he have more music coming out? This has been trending on Twitter now for over a day. Multiple spots, like top 5 on Twitter is 2020 Vision, Kanye West, right? So Twitter's going crazy about it. And so is this a marketing play? Is he doing this for attention? I don't know. I know he has spoke about these ambitions before. Maybe he feels compelled. I don't know. But I think it's very telling for me. I think it's very telling where our country is in a place where I legitimately think that Kanye with Jesus getting treatment for bipolar is a better option than Donald Trump or Joe Biden. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. But here's why I would actually vote. Here's why I would actually do this vote. Because if you aren't in one of 5 or 6 swing states, and I can go over what those swing states are, but if you aren't in one of 5 or 6 different swing states, your vote, because of our electoral college, really doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter because there's going to be certain states that always vote blue, certain states that always vote red. I'll show you what those states are. Here are the most important states in any election. They're right here, real clear politics. Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arizona. These are the swing states that tend to win the elections, right? Florida, and as you see, Biden's in the lead in all these, and they're saying it's really bad for Trump. So if you're in these 5 states, then yeah, your vote matters. But I'm in California, okay? So I feel more comfortable in my conscience writing in a protest vote, if you will, for Kanye West, even if he's not on the ballot, than I do voting for either one of these bozos. Just my opinion, right? That's just my opinion. And so I'm really curious what the Patreon community thinks. They're live. I think this is interesting. Again, I don't know if this is a publicity stunt or whatever. Like, I think I don't want to say it's a publicity stunt. He knows how to get attention. He knows how to promote stuff. He probably has all kinds of stuff in the pipeline creatively and dropping stuff. But listen, man, Kanye has accomplished just about everything he said he's going to do outside of having a $1 trillion company, right? Which the way Yeezy is going now with its partnership with Gap, so on and so forth, and then he wants to get into building these solar houses. Like, this man could do it. Like, I feel like in his entire career, people have slept on him. And so I don't think it's that wild of a thought that in this current climate, he could legitimately be the better of the 3 options. Like, I don't think that's that preposterous of an idea, in my opinion. I don't think it would steal votes from Biden, I think it was still votes from Biden and Trump because Kanye got a lot of Trump supporting fans. He came out with the MAGA hat, right? Like what, a year, 2 years ago? So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Let me bring, if you're in a Patreon call, you have some thoughts, use a little hand symbol. Goodness gracious. Use a little hand symbol. If you want to chop it up to about this. But listen, I think this is wild. And I think this is very telling of where we are as a country. You know what I mean? I'm curious, can Kanye West run for president? Can he run for president? Let's look it up. From what I remember, there was a bunch of states that said he cannot. That he cannot, and then there's also no evidence saying that he actually is on the ballot yet, because you got to get a bunch of names in that he's already missed, right? And maybe he's trolling and he's going to run in 2024. I don't know. But again, last year I voted third option. I'll vote again third option if Kanye is not on the ballot. Maybe I'll write him in, maybe not. But to say that, hey, he's going to take away, he is old enough. You got to be 35 to run for president. Kanye's like 40 now. But it's just very telling, guys. It's very telling where our options is two white dudes in their late 70s who are just broiled with controversy in different ways, both really is showing like pretty severe cognitive decline, right? If you go look at a speech of Joe Biden from the 90s and listen to him speak now, man, something's going on there, right? And I am neither a Democrat nor a Republican, but I think it is, I think Kanye is a reasonable option. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do y'all think? Let me bring in my man Bake Master from the Patreon community. I'm going to pin you up, boss. Bake, what do you think, bro? Unmute yourself.
I think Kanye can do it. I mean, as far as, because one of the criticisms I've seen is, okay, so would he have enough support, as far as like monetarily support? I mean, the dude's a billionaire, so he can definitely fork that over. And then as far as people on the streets too, they were saying somebody to run like his campaign on feet. And I'm like, all of the people who just support the brand Yeezy, I mean, I could see them definitely going out there and putting up, whether it's Kanye West posters or just promoting him on social media and stuff like that. I mean, not that no one knows who he is, but I mean, they definitely could do it. And for me, I would definitely vote for Kanye over the two options that we have right now. Like, I'm looking at them saying, nah, these two, Biden and Trump, they ain't it. So I would definitely vote for Kanye.
Kanye generated $1.5 billion in sales in 2019 for the Yeezy brand. So if we just do the math on that, what is the math? Let's do the math. I don't even know how to do the math. That's a lot of math. Yo, what do you guys think? Again, if you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. We're going to go offline soon, but I'm curious to see the math. 1.5 billion. Okay, so that's 1.5 million. That's 15 million. That's 150 million. Oh, my calculator won't even go to 1.5 billion. Goodness gracious. 1.5 billion. What is 1.5 billion divided by 250? Let's just do 150 million divided by 250. 600,000 times 10. So he sold 5 to 6 million pairs of Yeezy in 2019 alone. Okay, 6 million. Now remember, Trump got, I think, 49 million votes. Now again, granted, somebody buying a pair of Yeezys and somebody, voting for president aren't necessarily the same thing. But my man sold 6 million pairs of Yeezys in 2019 alone. That's a lot. That's a big number, fam. Like, that's a big number. So if he did that, thanks, Nate, for helping me do the math on that. Who's to say he can't? Who's to say he can't? If you guys are in the Zoom call, you want to chime in, just throw your little hand up on the, not your little hand, throw the hand up symbol in the chat. I could pin you up because I'd love to hear from some of you guys. Those of you guys that are in the YouTube comment section. Listen, I think like there's a hilarious movie that we should all go back and watch, and it's called Idiocracy. And it's the world I think 100 years in the future, and like wrestlers and celebrities are running the country, and people have basically devolved. They've gotten dumber and dumber and dumber and devolved. It's hilarious. It's a really funny movie. It's rated R, I think, so, you know, hide your kids, hide your wife, whatever. But it's a lot of the stuff they kind of predicted in the movie about politics like came to pass once Trump got influence and position, right? And again, this isn't to say that because Trump is Trump that he has bad policies. It's just to say there was nothing that qualified him for being the leader of the free world. There was just he was a celebrity. He was famous and he was a billionaire, right? And I would argue that Kanye's contribution to culture, as despite how, you know, reckless he's been in the past, I think has been greater than Trump's, in my opinion, personally, right? And he hasn't filed bankruptcy 4 times and been divorced 3 times, and you know what I'm saying, had multiple businesses fail. I think he has contributed more to culture than Donald Trump. Yeezy is now a $1 billion brand. Electrolytes in the whole body. That's right, Steven. And so, yeah, Idiocracy. That's a good movie, right? Idiocracy is a dope movie, and they predicted that stuff way sooner than we thought it would. But what do you guys think? I'm really curious. What do you guys think about this whole Kanye thing? If you guys are in the Zoom chat, you want to chime in, just let me know. Throw your hand up. I'll pin you up. I think it could be interesting. I think it could shake up politics. I desperately think that we need a third option. Like, I desperately think we need a viable third option that can be on that debate stage. If, you know, maybe Kanye is one of the few people of the celebrity nature to get to that stage. But I just think it's very telling that people are like legitimately excited. Like, I would be open to this, and not because I think Kanye has the temperament of a president or the class or whatever. I just think, hey man, he would be a better option than Biden and Trump, right? And that sucks. Like, that's a sad time in American history if that is what had. And granted, listen, there was people on the Republican ticket that were running in 2016 that I thought were better options than Trump. There were people this time like Tulsi Gabbard, like Andrew Yang, who I think were better Democratic options, right? Andrew Yang, I was pretty down for Andrew Yang. So, this is why we can't have nice things as a country. This is why we can't have nice things. Because the people that get propped up on the Republican side are sensationalized and divisive and polarizing, right? And the people who would get propped up on the Democratic side are like elitist politics, the Clintons, the Bidens, right? Like, what? Fam, you had multiple options to choose from. You have multiple solid options to choose from. And the two that I think were the best on the Democratic side, Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard, were like, Tulsi Gabbard was like a war veteran, like centrist, great, and completely pooped on, completely dismissed, completely run through the mud. And then what happened in 2016? Bernie. You had Bernie. And I'm not a democratic socialist or anything like that, but Bernie was a way better option than Hillary Clinton. And what happened? Democratic Party ran him through the mud. You know, they all kinds of stuff came out. This is why we can't have nice things in American politics. So when you don't have nice things, what do you get? What is the lesser of all the evils? Donald J. Trump. That is the less of all the evils. And that's what we got in 2016. You know what I'm saying? Because the Democratic Party was wilding out. And now we're in 2020. And I feel like Trump's the least of all the evils. That's my opinion. Let's see. What do you guys think? Don't know. Same prophets. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to talk about prophets predicting who's going to win the election. That's a goofy conversation. Let's see. Isaiah 45, because the election's still in November. He only got 4 months. Who is he pushing out? What party is he going? He's gonna. I would assume he'd run third party, right? Yeah, I don't know. Patreon, if you guys want to chime into the Zoom call, throw the hand up. There's a little hand symbol, or literally just throw your hand up and I can pin you up. Hear from you guys. I think it's just very telling of where we are as a country. And if we're gonna go on with these shenanigans of having celebrity, which isn't new, by the way. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, right? He was a celebrity. Before that, we had Ronald Reagan as a governor, who then became a president, B-list celebrity. right? If you go back and read in history and how he kind of got into power, it's really wild. He flip-flopped on abortion. He initially wasn't an evangelical Christian, and then all of a sudden became an evangelical Christian. You know, there's a lot of celebrity type people who've gotten into positions of power, not because Arnold was the governor, that's right, not because they were qualified, but because they had platform, they had an audience, right? Yeah, I just said that. Reagan was a movie actor. He was, but he wasn't like the governor. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is like an A-level actor. I don't think Ronald Reagan was that popping, but yes, he was a celebrity. So we've had this happen before. This isn't new. You know, you could argue that Kanye is unhinged because he's you know, is dealing with bipolar in real time. I don't think that's a reason to dismiss somebody from a public office. You know, I think if again, Donald J. Trump has blown out every single strike against the Kanye. That is the interesting thing about his presidency, is now you can't say somebody's not presidential or doesn't have the right temperament or their wife did porn. You can't say any of that stuff because it's all gone. Like it's all out the window. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think he would run in 2024. Makes more sense. I think so. You know who would really win? I think if they ran right now, you know who I think would really win? Is if The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, ran for president. If he ran for president, I think The Rock could start right now. If he got on the ticket, I think he would have a legitimate shot to win. He is universally liked, universally favored. He's a, you know, I don't know. I think that's somebody that could like legitimately win. I think Kanye would definitely be the more like polarizing protest vote for a lot of us. There was another option brought up on the Joe Rogan where it was Andrew Yang and the admiral on who was one of the people that went in to get Osama bin Laden. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name. That was like man, we should put together this third ticket, this third option, right? But if we think Trump isn't fit for office, Kanye shares at least some critical character flaws. Wouldn't he then also be unfit? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, because Trump, from not a policy standpoint, but from his mouth, the way he speaks, the way he's so flippant, the numerous flabs and just stuff that's came out, because he is so unfit, I think that, and he's showing cognitive decline, and he's holding a glass like this, you know what I'm saying? Trying to drink. Like, there's just so many things wrong that I think, like, you can't be like, oh, well, Kanye, we can't have Kanye. It's like, family, y'all got Trump. Like, you guys legitimately voted in Trump. Why, what? Like, you can't compare that. They're just as, you know, whatever, bipolar, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So I feel like it's more of a protest vote. In my opinion, I think it's more of a protest vote. And I think that, you know, I think this is good. Like, I think we need to take the country and flip it upside its head. So maybe the next election cycle, we have some nice things. Maybe we have a decent candidate who doesn't have any scandals and doesn't have any skeletons in the closet and is more of a centrist and less polarizing and has policies that are fairly down the middle. I think that is where we're going. That's what I would like to see going. And I'm not the biggest like political buff. I've kind of always kept up. I voted on, you know, every side or whatever locally, you know, federally, all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, those are my thoughts, man. Again, I'll show you guys the poll. If you guys saw, the poll has Kanye at like 47% of the vote. Before I show you guys the poll, make sure you guys go last day to get this hoodie. We got the hoodie Purpose is Greater Than Pleasure for $35, Windbreaker for $49, Empathy Over Apathy shirts. 4th of July weekend is the last time to get it. If you get all three, you can get free shipping. Today is the last day, so if you want to do that, you should go do that. I'll show you guys this poll one more time before we leave. It is on my Twitter page. You should be following me on Twitter. Twitter's like made a comeback big time. But there's a lot of people saying like, yo, they're so disgusted with politics. They're saying that they would vote that way. You know what I mean? They would vote for Kanye. And I think I would too. If the election was tonight, who would you vote for? 12% Trump, 47% Kanye, 21% Biden, 18% third party. welcome. This is America. This is America. You know what I mean? This is where we're at. I don't know. What y'all think, man? Leave a comment. Go pick up some merch. Last day. This link is in the description. Purpose is greater than pleasure. Blue tie-dye hoodie, $35. Windbreaker, $49. Empathy over apathy. You should go cop some. kingsdreamnt.com/store. And we got the secret design that's not out yet that you could pre-order. This is a pre-order. $35, man. Support your own. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We're going to keep the Zoom call going offline. If you guys want to hop in a Zoom call, Patreon, link in the description. You can sign up. Come hang out with us. Give this video a like. If you're in the live stream, don't leave without liking the video. That helps us a ton. Like this video. Leave a comment. All that good stuff. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting rest of 2020.